ever find yourself saying you're fine, whether you're at home or at work, but that's not your true feeling? Well, that can be what's called glossing. And Dr. Trina Clayu is here. She's the CEO of the nonprofit Given Hour. She's here to break down what a glossing actually means. So, Dr. Trina, can you tell us what that means?
Glossing is a form of toxic positivity. When someone uses excessive optimism, that can really feel like you're dismissing real emotions or struggles in a workplace, and it really masks some of your true feelings.
Yeah, why do you think we actually do that? Because that seems like the norm for a lot of us.
You know, in some respects, it's a lot easier to just say, yeah, everything's fine or okay. Or I think even in leadership, often we use this as a way of rallying people and getting them excited about work. And hey, we should just look on the bright side, or at least we all have jobs. But a lot of times it makes people feel like you don't really understand or don't trust. And it can lead to a lot of isolation and resentment, especially in the workplace.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, how can, leadership and other coworkers, kind of recognize when someone is doing that?
Yeah, I mean, we always tell people you've got to really kind of pay attention to like what you're doing and the idea of reading the room. And when you're using like overly positive language, or you're cutting people off to remind them that, things aren't so bad, or we all should really, feel very fortunate, I think you're really watching for those social cues for people that maybe aren't engaging at that same level. And so first, you always have to check yourself and see, are you glossing over how other people are feeling in the workplace? Or are you taking the time to really acknowledge, like, sometimes these things are really hard. What can we do together to make this better, easier, or overcome?
Yeah, you said check yourself, but even the person that's doing the glossing, like if they're feeling that way, how do we overcome that challenge? Because it's so easy for us to fall right back into it.
I think it's like anything. We're always looking at what is the motivation behind why we do the things that we do. And so often it's a bit of a coping mechanism. Sometimes it can be a leadership mechanism that you don't want to acknowledge. Like, things are really tough and it's a hard time because you think you're going to bring your group down. But instead, I think you're trying to always find that balance of like, how do you, ignite and inspire folks? But then also, how can you be really real that, yeah, things are really hard right now. There's a lot going on. And together, this is what, how we work together in order to overcome, whatever the obstacle is. So I think you're just acknowledging, people's real feelings and then working with them to overcome or at least manage through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great information that you shared about glossing, but can you kind of tell us a little bit about your organization and how you continue to help people with their mental health?
Oh, thank you for asking. Yes, so Given Hour is a national mental health organization. We've been around, we're going into our 20th year, and we provide no-cost clinical and non-clinical care for populations that experience high levels of trauma. And we've really been pushing in on understanding what's going on in workplaces and seeing how we can help.
All right. Well, if people want to find out more information about your organization, can you let them know?
You bet. It's givenhour.org, and all the information's right there, including to contact us.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you.